us.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Feeling very high. The fairy. Let's get down to business.
Wind strider! Clouds high. The birds call!
Feeling very high.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very... Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than try... Let's keep going. Time to go.
There's more!
Wind strider!
Very okay. The perfect distance.
Falling leaves, adorn my night!
Feeling very high. Just this! To the fairy.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps
But what would that do to Amano Mayuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plan. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Fall before me!
Keep wind strider!
This isn't over! I'm ready!
It's fine. Clouds high. The birds call.
Cut down! Like
Yes. And it looks like he's
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It does.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat samurai in Cairo. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of... I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away, but...
Huh? What's that supposed to...
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup! We can help this time!
Don't worry. I'll use... It's just more of the same.
Let's get down to business.
Wind Strider!
My blade! That hurts!
Wind Strider!
Cut down. Like this.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps...
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent...
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but this blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in... There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness... Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination, the moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things. When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin, he spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his action. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day so he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes. It is. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Not only did I fail to fulfill his
You are finally seeing reality clear.
since we agreed to the terms of the bet, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill...
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix!
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should...
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a...
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. Alas, after that, nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending... You are a fine warrior. I would like...
Oh? And who would be the...
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you could... You must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking...
I see. He used my body. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, if a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to...
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that... Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's... Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ish...
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Time to go. It's fine. Wind Strider. As one with wind and cloud. Wind Strider.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of... His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that happened.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victims. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a... I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedahara to do the right...
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like... Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about...
It's Yuya!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed... But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've...
Really? Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the fight...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures I have decided to let him do...
But... he...
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us...
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by kaeya hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaeya clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said his consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the...
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep only in the final moments before his consciousness faded.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance when—
Wait! Shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kama?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our— And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the... By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised, and so it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaeya clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for... As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.